G'day guys, it's Pogo here. I got some news for you. We'll be going live on the 23rd and 24th of September, doing a paranormal investigation from a town called Burra. We'll be doing 11 locations. Hopefully we get some activity. Looking forward to seeing you on the live feed. It will be going live on Psycho Bunny Death Cult. Looking forward to seeing you there. Keep your eyes peeled. I'll let you know what's happening. Alright, much love and respect, Pogo. Catches.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Out of the Ordinary. I'm your host, Mikey. Today we got a special guest on our show. It's the lovely Fanglorious. Hello, Fanglorious. How are we today?
Hi, Mikey. How are you? I'm doing fabulous.
Doing good myself, too. So, let's go into the Q&A right now here. First question I got to ask is, who is the mysterious Fanglorious and what is her story? Tell us about who you are and what drove you to be her.
Well, I hate to disappoint everybody, but however, I'm not from Transylvania, nor are any of my ancestors. I'm actually from right here in Ohio, born and raised. I grew up in a town called North Olmsted, close to Cleveland, about a half hour away. I came from a middle-class family, mother, father, 7 sisters, me being the youngest. We're all 2 years apart. All sisters, of course. The house I grew up in, it was actually infamous for having had a murder occur. I'll let you explain that a little later.
Okay.
It was actually an 18th century home. It was called the Bidoff House. It was a 2-story home, which was on a street called Butternut Ridge Road in the city of North Olmsted. It was a 2-story home. I had a bedroom upstairs. There was actually 3 bedrooms. It was a 3-bedroom home. My parents' bedroom was downstairs. My sisters shared a bedroom upstairs and an attic. There was some creepy little spaces we used to play in that I remember. There was some crawl spaces in the closets. What else? There was also a nice little basement, actually a dirt cellar that we weren't allowed to go down in. But obviously when the parents went away, I would always explore. It was dark, cold, damp. Oh, and did I mention the bones? That's another episode for you to get into a little bit later.
Okay. So you mentioned bones and everything like that. See, now this is where I come to the second question here. Do you have any spooky stories you'd like to share with us? Anything paranormal happenings that ever happened to you? And if so, where and when?
Well, my whole life has been a spooky story, actually, but no, seriously. Not really. The only ghostly sightings that I ever saw or that I thought I had seen were mostly when I was a young child. Like when other kids were playing Barbies and with Ken dolls, I'd be down the street playing in the cemetery, talking to the dead people. Like the other parents would actually keep their kids away from me. Actually, I was the quiet child. A few times I thought I had seen spirits. Like I never forget the old man in the black suit and the top hat who walked past me and waved. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. Since that day, I've been fascinated ever since. The cemetery was down the road from the house that I lived in. That was called Butternut Ridge Cemetery. I did a few photo shoots there, and went back and made a TikTok video actually a few years later in the spots that I took pictures in.
Huh.
Um,
So I think the guy behind the camera, I think they have. I had you. We have photos of you at the Biddle's house.
yes.
I don't know if the guy behind the camera, if you can put those up on the screen there, if y'all have them there. Just give them a second here. Well, let's get into the next question while he looks for that. I'm pretty sure they have them, but let's get into the next question. So, did you bring any moon pies or RC cola?
Moon pies. Actually, I went down the road and got me an energy drink from the local blood bank, and I picked up me some Pop Rocks to give it that extra kick.
Ah, okay. So, local blood banks, you say? Huh, interesting. So, another question here is: does Fang have a certain music preference? I mean, I think she'd be into some rocking and rolling or something. Personally, me, I'm into like classic rock. What do you like?
I like a little bit of everything. Katy Perry, Rob Zombie, AC/DC, Snoop Dogg, Alice Cooper. I
Rock
like mixing
on.
it up a little. Yeah.
So Alice Cooper, man, gotta like
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. I used to go on tour with them actually when I was younger.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's
that's
another, yeah.
that's pretty
Took Weird
freaking
Al when I was
interesting.
younger with him too. So yeah.
See. Now I want to pick your brain, but we'll do that another time. We'll do that another time.
Yeah.
So, next question would be: do you have a favorite type of genre in movies or TV shows, like say comedy, drama, horror? Me personally, I love comedy and horror, drama and action. I was growing up. I watched a lot of unsolved mysteries. I watched movies like The Ghoulies, Puppet Master, and Leprechaun. So, what do you like?
That's easy. It's obviously going to be horror. Mostly the classic stuff, the originals. Halloween's always been my favorite. I collect everything from Michael Myers, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, and her Midnight movie was my all-time favorite. She was always my idol. I always grew up watching her every Saturday night, faithfully. And then there was Lily Monster being my next, and the Universal Monster, Stephen King, Buffy, Angel,
All
serial
of that.
killer documentaries, true crime, stuff like that.
Oh man, that all of that stuff. That's just me in a nutshell, right there. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
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 I do remember a couple of times, watching the Munsters. I would watch the Addams Family, and I loved Elvira though. You had
right.
to love
She's always
Elvira,
been my idol. Right.
especially I used to sing the song. I used to go around singing the Oak Ridge Boys. I always sang that song, Elvira. So, all right. So the next question. So spooky season's coming up. When will we be seeing any appearances from you?
So far this year, I don't have anything planned as of yet. I'm just slowly getting back into things with my character.
Uh
Um,
huh.
but you never know. You might find me out there creeping up behind you somewhere. You know, never know. I'm taking things slow. Uh, Spooky Ranch is pretty close by. Uh,
Nice.
I don't know. I haven't really figured anything out yet this year. I have some grandbabies that I think I might just take it easy and actually do some things with them this year and
Oh, okay, okay.
take them out and yeah. I might
So,
just do mostly some online things this year.
Right. Oh, well, that's awesome. I mean, uh, given that you said, I know that you're in a competition of sorts,
Yes,
and
for the new
you want
face of
to,
horror.
yes, do you want to kind of explain that, what it's about and stuff, and what you're going for?
Actually, it's for a good cause. It's the proceeds go to children's cancer. So and as for me, if I win, I get to see Kane Hodder, and it's for a 2-page layout in Rue Morgue magazine, and I get to spend 2 nights at the for the Silence of the Lambs house. If you ever
Ah,
noticed
yes,
that
Buffalo
movie,
Bill.
yeah, Buffalo Bill's house. So I hope you all guys cast your vote for me.
That is
I
interesting.
really need the votes, so I'd
Yes,
appreciate it if you vote for me.
yes. So cameraman here says he's got the pic. He's got the pics, I think. I know he was saying to send it to him, but uh, let me let me. Okay, there they are. So that's you there at the build-up house, right?
I actually can't see any pictures
Oh, okay. So
on my end.
okay, there
Is it a
is.
White House? Is it the White
Yes, it's
House?
the yes, it's the
Yeah,
White House.
yeah. And if
So yeah.
and am I standing by? Yes, I can see the pictures now.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
that's
great.
me. Yeah,
That is a beautiful house. I mean, it has
yeah.
a lot of history, and I mean, I'm gonna get into that just a few minutes. So,
And
uh,
actually, that little, that pit where the campfire was, that was not there when I lived there. I think the Boy Scouts put that there for when they go there to do their little campouts or whatever. But
right.
when I went
So,
there, yeah,
so basically, it's run by the Boy Scouts now.
yes, that's what I saw. They go there and have their little outings there. I'm not sure if they do it anymore. I was reading that somebody else took it over, or I'm not sure if somebody's actually living there and bought it. I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
Interesting. So, well, let's get into the history here real quick about about this house because it does seem really really interesting to what I hear, especially with what happened there. Um,
Yes, the murder, the infamous murder, the husband killing his wife, and back in the 1800s, it was all over in the news articles, and
And you want to know a funny thing? I was trying to look this up and I couldn't find anything really on it. I'd like to get I would have liked to get more in depth with it, but I mean I did find something here, and I'm gonna look for it here real quick. Because man, what you have told me does really it does you know cause suspicion there because I mean, why wouldn't your parents let you go into the basement and stuff like that? And I mean, you did say you found some bones, but they weren't bones of
I don't.
they weren't human bones. But that kind of
Like I
that kind of
like
raises
I said, it
suspicion.
was dark and damp, and I wasn't ever allowed down in that cellar. And like I said, I would go explore 'em when they were away, and there were bones. I don't know. I never seen human skulls or anything.
Well, I mean, you never
There
know.
were
Maybe there might have been
bones.
some human skulls in there. We never know. I mean, so a little bit of facts about this house here. The construction of it was a wood frame with the full basement, which we were just talking about that. Built in
Yes.
eight- built in 1877, and an architecture and the architectural style was a modest Ital, Italianate with eave
It's
bracket in front porch and bay windows and a flat arch window throughout.
Yeah, it was a
Interesting.
two-story, but that cellar, like I said, it wasn't a basement. It was a complete cellar. Like going down the stairs was very creepy.
Right.
was, like I said, it didn't even have the wood. It was a complete cellar. Everything was dirt. Going
Huh.
down the stairs was dirt. The walls were dirt. Everything was damp, dusty,
Wow.
cold, dirt. Uh,
Yeah.
I still remember, and like I said, it's still open to this day. Like you just lift those cellar doors and you're going down in there. I don't know what's in
Well,
there to this day.
the other day I was actually going through Google Street View and I was looking around, me being the investigative person that I am, I was prowling around through, the Street View and stuff. And I did come across that. And it's a beautiful house.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
it's
everything is exactly, like I told you, is exactly the same way as we left it. Like since you said, like it's a landmark house or whatever, you're not allowed to like remodel. So like when we left it, there was a hole in the ceiling, which was
uh-huh.
leaking. That's still there. Like old bottles still in the windowsills.
Oh, wow. So, all right. I'm gonna cut to a little commercial break. So because we already passed the 15-minute mark, but we're gonna go on a commercial break, and I will come back with the story about what happened there. So,
Okay.
all right, got the camera. Roll the commercial.
Well, gentlemen, perhaps we wouldn't be where we are today if we hadn't said to ourselves, just go, 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 go for it.
This final score for this film, we're going to give it 3 paws out of 4.
La Señora de la Santa Muerte, Spanish for Our Lady of the Holy Death. Out now!
Sex and violence!
Hi, everybody. I'm Aka,
And I'm Priest Texas Diamond.
and we are Roots Bleed Red on Psycho Bunny Death Cult.
Aha!
In fact, humans have a very long history of eating each other.
So lock your doors, turn out your lights, and join us for Cool Radio.
All right, we're back. So here's a little bit of the history rundown about the Bidlup House. The George Bidlup House at 25896 Butternut Ridge Road has been an important part of North Olmsted's history for 134 years. Wow, that's a lot of years.
Yeah, it is.
George Bidlup built the small house for his first wife, the former Almira Frances Kennedy, whom he had married on Christmas Eve in 1876. The couple moved into their brand new home 6 months later in June of 1877. It was situated on a 5.5 acre parcel of land on lot 28 on the north side of Butternut Ridge Road. Huh. It's kind of a tongue twister for me there. The 1874 Cuyahoga Country Atlas shows the land being owned by John Bidlup. Oof, hold on, my eyes. George's father and mother, John and Christina Bidlup, lived close by on the south side of Butternut Ridge Road. On parts of 3 lots, 24, 26, and 27, comprising approximately 100 acres of farmland, John had purchased the land from William Collister on April 24th of 1865 and moved his entire family to Olmsted Township from Brooklyn, Ohio in addition to his parents, George had an older brother, William, and three younger sisters, Louise, Caroline, and Rose, res- respectively. William Biddulph would be the future owner of the RKK Knight House on Porter Road, built around 1860. Now, do you know anything about that Knight House, that Porter RK Knight House?
Actually, I just found out about that house yesterday when I was Googling it and trying to find information out.
Uh-huh.
They had a couple of properties that I was trying to pull up, that being one of them.
Right. Yeah, I did look that up also as I was looking for the Biddulph House. And yeah, that's beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
Yes, it is.
Actually,
That was like right next to my girlfriend's house that I grew up with. She lived on that road, and she actually lived right next to that actually.
nice,
So
nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, I was taking a look at, like I said, I was on Google Street View, and I was taking a look at North Olmsted. Man, it's beautiful there. I mean, the cemetery is just marvelous.
yes, it is.
The
Yes,
cemetery, and I hear George Biddulph is actually buried there.
yes, he is. I actually did my photo shoot there, and I actually did some of my pictures there.
And
Um,
I did see a photo. I think I sent the guy behind the camera. I sent the photo to him of the gravestone of George Biddulph.
yes,
See if he
yes.
had that there. So yeah, and what is the name of this cemetery called?
It's called Butternut Ridge Cemetery.
Okay, okay. So yeah, Butternut Ridge Cemetery, and that's not too far from the Biddulph house, is it?
No, it's actually right down the road. I think it's like 6 or 7 houses down
Oh
from
wow,
where I live.
wow. I mean,
Um,
talk about having a graveyard right there, right by your
no,
house.
they actually ruined it. I was disappointed. It was actually the nicest little cemetery, but then they came in with the bulldozers and because behind the cemetery, it was like a wooded
Right.
area. They had lots of woods. Like I said, I used to play down there, and we had the woods. But then they came in with the bulldozers and they built apartments right behind the cemetery.
What?
Yeah,
No,
yeah, it was horrible.
that's sad.
Yeah, no more area, no more woods.
I love the woods. I
Yeah,
always said if I won the lottery, go into deep into the woods. So
yeah, same here, same here,
yeah.
same
So
here.
I'm trying to get here to the murder here. It's because it's a real long story.
Yeah,
So let's see. I think it's here. It's just okay. I'm trying to see. Okay. Okay. It says here. So shockingly, just 8 months later, on May 4th of 1919, George Biddulph and his third wife, Josephine, were found dead in the 25896 house. George's brother, William Biddulph, arriving from the train station, along with two other women who were friends of Josephine, discovered the bodies. The sensational story was told by the newspaper article at the time, which gave the detailed account of the event. A shotgun was found next to Josephine, and an old-fashioned pistol was found next to George. Sheriff's deputies determined from the evidence that George had first murdered Josephine and then taken his own life. So that kind of rings suspicious to me because, okay, you had Josephine with the shotgun, and you had George with pistol in his hand. I mean, you wouldn't think that out of self-defense that Josephine could have shot George or something. All that stuff just seems so mysterious to me. And
Must be
that's
something out of the Amityville Horror, huh?
yeah,
That has something to do with the bones in the cellar.
maybe so. I mean, you never know. And I mean, given that this is out of the ordinary, I will one day investigate this.
We have to go use my whole ghost hunting kit. Go
Hey,
down in the cellar, check it out.
hey, we don't have parents to tell us no, so. I mean, other than maybe the police might, stop by and tell us to get out of there. But I mean,
Hey, well, we won't get in that much trouble since I used to live in the house. Maybe that'll give us a little bit of leeway.
hey, you never know.
Honestly, I forgot a few things. We were just going back to collect the bones.
Oh yeah, you forgot a few things way back in the day.
I forgot
That's hilarious.
a few dolls.
That's hilarious.
Oh my god! I forgot a few dolls in the cellar.
You forgot to feed the bones in the cellar.
Yeah, right.
Oh my, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're making a movie here.
yeah.
We're doing a historical documentary.
Hey, that would be an idea, huh? We could make our own movie there.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, I mean, get a couple producers, director,
I'm
actors.
serious. We can go back there next October, make a movie there, film.
I mean, we could do a horror documentary or something like that, something like like you said, the Amityville Horror, or we can be the next Blair Witch. What happened to those two from the Bit Up House?
What happened in the cellar?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I mean, it worked for the Blair Witch Project.
Next, we'll be standing in the corner.
Right. Look.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh,
this is something else. But I mean, But yeah, that house does seem interesting. I mean, I'm a big history. A part of horror, I do love the history of the horror.
Yeah.
I love the history. The history is what fascinates me. Also, I mean, horror to me is just not monsters in movies and stuff like that. I love these paranormal things. I love to hear about the paranormal. I love to hear about the extraterrestrial.
Right.
I like to interdimensional beings. Bigfoot. Wendigos. Skinwalkers and stuff like that. Like that. That really interests me a lot.
I know, right?
I mean, that's me. But
that was me back in high school. That's why the parents didn't let the kids hang out.
That was me all my life. Honestly, that's me all my life. I still haven't gave up on that stuff. That's why I have this show. This is why I have Out of the Ordinary, because this is what I love to talk about. I mean, I don't just do interviews. I mean, I like to talk about the things that happen in this world and stuff. The odd stuff.
Right.
Like the stuff that people really don't touch upon.
Right.
And I mean, to me, it's like like I said, some of my idols were like Robert Stack, Art Bell from Coast to Coast AM. I used to listen to Coast AM back when I got into in high school.
Right.
I used to listen to talk radio. That was my thing. People found me boring because I listened to talk radio, and I would get into listening to Coast to Coast AM because at that time people would call in. I mean, they'd have these trucker stories. You had these truckers talking about like these weird things that would happen, and all this stuff. It fascinates me, man, and it's like I'm just saddened that Coast to Coast AM isn't what it used to be. Because back then it used to be about the mystery and stuff. It used to be all of that. Now it's gotten too political in there and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, But I do miss Art Bell and I do miss Robert Stack, and those two, they were awesome.
I know, right?
And
nowadays everything is too political, and
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the way the world goes nowadays. But I mean, hey, now we got my show.
Right.
We can
Not
change things on that. We can still talk about the mystery. We can still talk about the horrors and stuff.
exactly. Like I
And I
said,
mean,
we'll have to get something together next Halloween and put it together, and we'll get back and go to the Bidoff house.
oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm thinking about, next year. I'm aiming for Halloween of next year. So,
Right.
I mean, it'll give me time, to gather up all what I need, all the stuff I need and stuff like that to get over there. But
Right.
yes, so
And maybe we'll talk to the city hall and let them know
oh
what's
yeah,
going on, so we
oh
can
yeah, most
actually
definitely,
do a whole night there and
right,
put it
right,
on
most
live.
definitely. So and yeah, so well, I guess we can end the show today because I do have some stuff I got to do.
Well,
But
thanks for having me on the show, and I apologize for anybody if they're commenting and I can't see the chat, I can't see the comments, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I don't see any of the comment or the chat. So if you're out there, I do apologize. Hello, whoever is out there. Before I do go, I wanted to say hello to my little grandkids, Amelia and Marlani and Ashton and Kylie.
And hello from Out of the Ordinary. Yes, no problem. It was my pleasure. I've this is something that I've always actually wanted to have is you on this show.
Thank you very much.
I do think, and you know what I do think, I do want to thank Odd Mama because she's the one that set this up.
Hi, Mama.
So yeah.
I love you.
She was the awesome person that set this up, and I'm forever in debt for that. So. Yeah. Again, this is the lovely Fanglorious, and this is Mikey from Out of the Ordinary saying good night and stay out of the ordinary.
Bye.
Well, gentlemen, perhaps we wouldn't be where we are today if we hadn't said to ourselves, just go, 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 go for it.
Final score for this film, we're going to give it 3 paws out of 4.
La Señora de la Santa Muerte, Spanish for Our Lady of the Holy Death. Out now!
Oh, not sex and violence!
Hi, everybody. I'm Akash.
And I'm Pre-Sexist Diamond.
And we are Roots Bleed Red on Psycho Bunny Death Cult.
Aha!
In fact, humans have a very long history of eating each other.
So lock your doors, turn out your lights, and join us for Cooler Radio.
This is Professor Edgar Fluffosaurus from Spooky Tales with Steve the Cat, and when I'm not hosting Monster Chat or knocking down small Japanese cities, I'm watching PBDC TV. Now back to the show.
This is Mr. Applewhite speaking. There is nothing wrong with your device. Join me here on Psycho Bunny DC. A delightfully dreadful consternation of horror content